How to boost your creativity when you're just not feeling it. With a never-ending stream of content on every single social platform, there's no doubt about it. If you want to stand out, you're going to need a creative edge. But with crazily long to-do lists and 1,000,001 tasks to complete for each piece of content you produce, you might find that your creativity often gets pushed aside in favour of productivity. So how do you tap back into your creative side, even when you're not really feeling inspired? Keep watching to find out my personal favourite creativity hacks, and I guarantee that number 5 won't just help you be more creative, it will help you to have more fun outside of work hours too. Don't overschedule your day. So when you're super busy, it's all too easy to assign a work task every single hour of your day. But if there's one thing that kills creativity, it's stress. So try to plan your work in a way that allows you to have pockets of free time during the work day, even if it's just a couple of 30-minute slots. By taking the pressure off and allowing yourself to relax a little, you'll give your brain the space it needs to jumpstart the creative process. Now, you could dedicate these time slots to active creation like free writing, taking photos, or brainstorming ideas, but it's often just as effective to use them for other activities like reading, cooking, or going for a walk. Now, I often find that the best ideas hit when I stop trying to force creativity and allow my brain to engage in something completely unrelated to work, like looking at the chickens or taking the dog for a walk or making pasta. But that's just me. Up next, the handy tool that's going to help you turn your computer into a creation station. Limit distractions. Now, when you're in work mode, distractions can really hamper your natural creativity. I can't tell you how many times the ping of a new notification has interrupted me just as a new idea flitted into my mind. And I've often found myself checking emails when I really should be concentrating on my scheduled brainstorming session. Now, drop me a comment below if you can relate. So, how do you get around this? Well, if you're like me and you work in social media, turning off all distractions for a long period of time probably isn't practical. After all, you do need to be able to reply to comments and messages and interact with your audience. But you don't need to be available every minute of every day. So close all of your tabs and set aside regular time slots throughout the day for checking your social platforms and your email. Resist the temptation to look at them outside of these scheduled sessions. Now, I find that using a social media management tool like Agorapulse makes this even easier. So with all of my platforms, as well as my clients' platforms, accessed from a single dashboard, I can minimize distractions while still keeping on top of the accounts that need to be monitored. Everything is inspiration. So what inspires you? Maybe you reckon your love of fiction has made you a better writer, or podcasts are a great source of inspiration for your own content. But if you're feeling tapped out creatively, it's worth broadening your horizons, because truly everything around us can be used as inspiration, and sometimes we just need to shake things up a bit. So if you're not usually one for reading poetry, give it a try. Listen to different genres of music and pay attention to the lyrics, or have a look at different forms of visual art like sculpture or poetry and see how it makes you feel. Often just stepping out of your creativity comfort zone is exactly what you need to start thinking a little bit differently. Which leads me to my next creativity hack: try a change of scene. Sometimes a change of scenery is enough to break through a creative block, especially if you've been stuck working in the same spot for a while. So grab your laptop and try working in a cafe, bar, or your local library. And if that's not possible, you could head to your local park or garden and drink in the different sights and sounds. Even just moving to a different room in your house could help you feel more creative. So give it a try and let me know if it makes a difference. Now, before my next tip, don't forget that if you want to read the full blog talking about everything that we're talking about today, you can grab a link to that in the description below and go find it. Now, finally, how unleashing your inner 5-year-old could be the ultimate key to creativity. And that is play. No matter what you do for a living now, I guarantee that you've never been as creative as you were when you were 5, when every stick could become a guitar or a sword, an empty toilet roll tube could be a treasure-seeking telescope, and everything you did was new and exciting. Now, I'm not saying that you need to start messing around with sticks, unless you particularly want to, but by reminding yourself how to play, you can reduce your creativity killing stress levels and tap into your innate creative potential. So think about how you can introduce more play into your life. Could you try a new hobby, play around with new software, explore new interests, try new recipes, or learn a language? Do you fancy painting, knitting, or even getting your kids' Lego bricks out? Whatever appeals to you, give it a try and have some fun. Now, you might not always feel like it, but your creativity really is unlimited. And sometimes it's only when you stop looking so hard for it that you can find it again. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you're not feeling particularly creative right now, I'd love to know which of these tips you'll try first. Drop me a comment below to let me know.